Today's video is going to be about something actually really difficult to talk about, but I'm going to be honest, it's where I am right now in this process, and it's about leaning into the struggle. When you're, trying to conceive after a loss, and if it's not going easily, especially if you're over 35 and you feel like you have a clock ticking down on you, it can add to the stress that goes on with it. And I was feeling really optimistic this cycle because I ovulated on cycle day 14 and everything, and I've learned I really don't like the second half of my cycle. And it started the night I ovulated because a conversation got brought up that every single time this topic gets discussed, I literally have a physical reaction that if somebody's touching me, they can feel my body shake. And it's involuntary. I personally don't like it. I can feel my heart racing. And then I overanalyze the next couple days because I'm like, how is this going to affect my ovulation? And I'm a little nervous. So I ovulated on cycle day 14. Temps went up, slowly, not much. I'm talking about like 0.3 degrees on a Fahrenheit scale. And then they went back down just below cover line on day 3, which I've never had that happen before. And then they went back up, back kind of a little bit higher. And I'll even show a picture of my chart, but just the whole process. And me, I'm like, I don't know when I ovulated now, but I can tell that my LH surge went away and everything. So I just didn't know anymore. And I'm like thinking, and I'm stressing myself out because I'm like, was it the stress of bringing that topic up the day I ovulated that sabotaged everything? Because I can tell my body, especially when I have a physical reaction to the topic being discussed, if I can't deny that stress is affecting me. So I did start taking the progesterone around like cycle day, or not cycle day, 4 DPO. And so my temps are going up. And at this point, I don't know if I'm ovulating earlier at cycle day 14 because, things are going good. The supplements are working, the diet's working. And then good old Google, you look at it enough and it's like, oh, well, as you get older, which I'm 39, I'm going to turn 40 in July, your cycles will get shorter because your follicular phase shortens. And I'm like, oh, well, crap, maybe that's not good, because last year I was ovulating around cycle day 17, 16, 15, somewhere around there. So I don't know. The long story short of it is I started even thinking, okay, is there someone in my family history that has had a child older than I am now? And so I looked, and my mom, she had a baby at 36. My grandmother was pretty young with all of her kids. And so I looked at my great grandmother, and she had a baby at 36. Beyond that, I don't know. I don't know if anybody was trying or what was going on. So that added to it being a little bit unnerving that I'm the pioneer in our family to figure this out, or at least try to venture into parenthood during this time in my life. So I don't know. And coming to terms with that was a little bit sobering, because I realized I was 37 when I had my son. Didn't think anything of the whole process. Like he was a surprise, and he came, no real scares, maybe a preterm scare at 30 weeks, but nothing really dramatic with that pregnancy. So I don't know. I am mostly at this point trying not to let the stress get to me. So in leaning into the struggle, what I've been doing is I've decided I'm going to cut back on some of the supplements, because I figure between the diet and the supplements, I might be overdoing it. If my time has passed, then I'm trying to focus on just being healthier. Because I hate to be like negative Nelly on this, but if I think about it and I'm like, okay, with my son at 37, I had him, perfectly fine. But then I got pregnant with my daughter and lost her at 16 weeks, and then lost this next one at 4 weeks. Is it like a car running out of gas? I mean, these are the thoughts that go through my head. So, yeah, I have not felt very motivated the past few days. I've kind of felt like crap. So what I've been doing is I'm like, okay, even though I don't feel like working out, I am going to go ahead. I'm going to walk the dog on a mile loop that we have. So it takes me about 20 minutes, and that gets me out. I have reached out to friends and family that I do know they would understand. And in addition to that is, I also downloaded this app called Calm, and it has a few different guided meditations that are, trying to help me. I have asked the people involved, please don't bring up that discussion anymore. I'm at a point where I'm so close to just feeling like I'm just not going to have any more kids, not like by choice, but I realize I haven't fully grieved my miscarriage. And so I was just like, this is so stressful, doing all this stuff. And I'm like, I can't even have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine. And so I'm like, if I can't have any more, I need to fully grieve losing my daughter. I'll still do everything I can to be healthy so that in the event I'm surprised and we actually do get pregnant and it is a healthy baby, I will have done everything I can to try and, ensure that the baby is healthy. And I don't really mean to make that sound like defeated or anything. It's just, when I saw that the oldest anybody in my family has ever had a baby is 36, it kind of adjusted my expectations. And so I'm like, I need to take some pressure off myself and reduce the stress and not try so hard, because I'm stressing myself over analyzing, did my temperature go up enough? Did this or that? And it also didn't help that my Mira fertility monitor just quit on me, like right around my peak time. In my last video where I showed that the mirror kind of like said sync and then it turned off, that was the last time it ever turned on. I've charged it and I cannot get it to turn on, and I will not be buying that again. I loved getting a number to it, but I'm not going to be buying it again. So that is where I stand right now. I've decided I'm going to continue the progesterone until, 12, 13 days past ovulation, and then just stop, maybe test. I don't know. Because of the amount of stress that happened this past ovulation, I'm just going to be like, like I said, I don't mean to sound like negative Nelly, just being by like, okay, I'm writing the cycle off. But I'm also going to be honest with you that I'm not feeling too optimistic. Because if I have low progesterone and this and that, and I don't know. So, I mean, if you have words of encouragement or advice, and I'd love to hear it. I'm just kind of at like a really difficult point in this process, and I'm trying to learn to accept whatever the outcome is, while also coming to terms with the fact that, I lost my baby at 16 weeks and there may not be another one. And I need to really take some time to focus on and accept that. So, and that's where I stand right now. Please like and subscribe if you want more future updates, and I'll keep you guys posted. And until next time, bye guys.